I was fresh out of university and I moved here for a job opportunity, working for a landscape architecture firm. And then 2 months later, he joined the team as well, coming from a firm up in New Jersey.
All the doors opened up to leave that place and then come to Dallas, but I didn't know anybody in Dallas. So naturally, when you're working together in such a studio environment, you tend to hang out with the people that you're around all day. So Liz and I started hanging out at that time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we ended up getting married.
Yeah.
In the architecture world, there isn't one way to do things. That's not true. There's more than one way. It's more of like a right fit. And that does change over time. So during a season when we were there, it was the right fit and it was very good. But at the same time, I knew in my heart that it was not the right fit and I was meant to leave. But I felt convicted. I went to church on Sunday and there was a guest speaker that day and she cut me through completely. And I felt in that moment that for once in my life, I feel I know what I need to do, but yet I'm doubting that path and I don't know why. So yeah, the next day, that was it. I came home. I told you, I was like, I can't do this. After I heard that message, I felt such guilt that just not to worry about it. So the next morning, I went in there and changed the plan and told them right away, guys, look, we need to talk. And they told me, as soon as it happened, my boss looked at me, and the managing principal was like, you're leaving. And I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, it's time for me to go. So they rounded up everybody in the suits, and we sat down and I explained to him, I was like, look, it's nothing here. It's just, I know it's my time to go. So that's literally how it went down, and it changed everything.
Mike kind of started pitching his idea of, maybe we do start our own firm. I believed in his vision, and we were praying about it, and the doors were opening, the doors were closing in the right areas.
We're 3 months in, and I got a call every day where every client, one by one, said, sorry, Mike, we got to go on pause. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We just got to figure this out. I'm praying this whole time, not about what in the world did I just do. I just asked these people to follow me with this thing, and we don't really have much at the moment. But at the same time, I'm still being challenged about this idea of tithing when we do have it. So at that moment, yeah, that was a hard decision. But then one thing happened where we got a call about a project that this whole time as I'm praying about this, there's only one way this project could have happened, and that's because of COVID. So that was one signal. And then through that, when they called and they asked, and they were like, in this situation, we're not just gonna do a little piece of this, we're just gonna go nuts and knock out as much as possible while it's not as busy right now, because that's to our advantage. That literally covered us for the next 3, 4, 5 months. And when that did, that was it. The whole deal, kind of like a deal. I was like, if this is it, then this can only happen one way. The decision's made, we're tithing. So since then, as we got that project, even in that moment when we didn't really have a whole lot, we've tithed on everything we've gotten, and we've never stopped. So every single penny that comes into the business, and not just what I was challenged with too for us, and I wouldn't say this is the same for everybody, but it wasn't just your profit, it was the revenue, everything, gross. So what comes in, 10% goes back to the church. That's what I felt led to do. So since then, we've made that decision. It's been 2 years now since that happened. So, I can only speak on exactly the way it's all went down. I know the economy's all picked up and a lot of things have recovered, but since that one project happened, we have never looked back. Us as a business, it doesn't mean that you just get this influx of cash right away. That's not it. But there was definitely a peacefulness that came through our business. When something like that comes through exactly the way you prayed about it, you're believing these things in faith because you have no idea what's going to happen. But then when it does happen and things come through, it makes you feel at ease about these things, because how could I worry about the things that I can't control when things out of my control are happening in our favor? And that can only happen one way, through God. So since then, we've more than doubled in size. We have more work than we know what to do with. We're at a stage currently where we do our best. We're actually teetering on capacity, where we try to evaluate projects, and if we can truly deliver them, we say yes. If we can't, then we have to unfortunately pass, which I don't like doing. But yeah, I mean, God's done nothing but blessed our business, but the credit goes to God, not to us. Our business is an absolute reflection of God's blessing. There's no way 5 people can handle 52 active projects on a weekly basis. That doesn't happen in our world. But we're doing it. So, and we're going to keep trying to deliver at a very high level, and we're going to take this one day at a time, because we don't know what's in store. But I know what we're meant to do, and I believe we're on that path. We just got to keep doing it and just stay the course.